Super Charlie here. Alright, today we're going to do a video that I have had a few requests for. It's going to be a full exhaust review on the Procharged Challenger right here. Oh, you can see in the background. Giving the Subaru some love, hanging out in the garage with the Charlie right now. Alright, so we're going to do a full exhaust review on the Challenger with the Borla exhaust. I'm going to give you guys a cold start, some warm starts, some flybys, some cruise bys, and just some, sounds throughout the revs of the car. With that being said, first thing, I have had this car with the exhaust and the headers the whole time. I never had the exhaust without the headers. So if you're thinking about getting this exhaust after you see this video, just keep that in mind. This is a car that has headers, and after we go through the whole sounds of the exhaust, I'm gonna actually get in the car and show you guys all the equipment and how it lines up. So please stay tuned for that. All right. So now I have to actually push this thing out of the garage, because I don't want to give you guys, a cold start that's going to sound louder than it actually is, right? I want to give you guys quality, so I'm going to push this thing out of the garage, and then we're going to start it outside. All right, hold up. Well, that thing's heavier than I thought it was going to be, especially trying to go over this squat rack right here. God dang. All right, let's start this thing for you guys and let you see how it sounds. guys, when you're jacking your car up, make sure you got one of these bad guys under there, just in case this thing wants to take a roll on you. Okay, so we are under the Chalet right now. I have put 2 of my bumper plates under the front wheel too, just for like a tertiary safety. I just get a little nervous in those things. So I'll show you the headers. So we got our headers right here. Kooks long tube, and they go into a gasket-less flange right here. So I think that's pretty awesome. I said no gaskets needed. I just tighten them probably every time I do an oil change. Get in here with a wrench and tighten them down. They get a little bit loose, but nothing too crazy. So it goes right in here to the high flow cats, all the way back, as you can see. Back. And we got the Borla mufflers right there, and that's pretty much how big they are right there. That's all you get. Like I said, I do have high flow cats on this thing. Everybody's probably like, oh my god, why'd you do that? Well, I just wanted to have a little bit of ammunition, you know, being out here in California for, you know, emissions purposes. So do have the cats on there, but I mean, it's a pretty straightforward system. Just clamps together with those pipe clamps all the way back and forth, and you can put this thing in yourself. And it's even got the hangers right there, so you just hang them pretty much where the stock exhaust goes, and it's pretty simple to set up. Like I said, I never heard this thing without the header, so that will make a huge difference if you're gonna, you know, put this in your car or with the stock manifolds and stuff. So one more thing, so with the headers, guys, as you can see, you know, they're long tubes. Like I said earlier, they go all the way up in there. Now this is not an easy job, so I had the a shop do it for me because I just don't have the tools or the capabilities to actually do it, because you need to actually lift the engine off the motor mount and actually lift the engine at an angle and get one side in at a time. You're looking at, I had to do it, it was $1,500 labor to get the headers on, so the guys actually had to, like, you know, jack the engine up and do all that. So be prepared for that. Also, I have a suspension upgrade that I'm going to talk about in probably a later video, but just make sure when you guys understand when you get long tube headers that these things will hang down a little bit lower than your normal exhaust. Like I said, I have a dent in mine, a couple of them. This thing's just a little low, so a couple speed bumps have you know, taking its toll on this thing when you don't think you're going to hit it, but you end up doing it anyway. So just be mindful of that if you're going to get headers. They do hang lower. And with the suspension upgrade, it didn't help. So, but no power loss. I've researched it. No, it's just, it happens, and you just got to deal with it. It just looks bad. So this is what I really wanted to show you guys for the whole exhaust review. So you see the angle adapters there and there with the O2 sensors going in. So I didn't have those to start out with. I just had the stock O2 sensors just plugged into the pipe. So my check engine light was coming on because of the headers, obviously, right? Headers will make your check engine light come on for the O2 sensors not reading efficient. So I was like, okay, cool. So I'll try the angle adapters, and still nothing. So let me show you guys what I'm talking about. All right, guys. So this is what I'm talking about with the headers. So you will get a check engine light right there. It was only blinking because the car's in run right now, but usually it'll just stay on. So I'm going to show you what is actually said with the Diablo Sport Trinity. Alright, so I'm going to go to Diagnostics, show trouble codes, continue. Alright, so we got fuel trim system 2 lean. So I got P2098 right after I put the angle adapters in, so I think that the O2 sensors are too far away from the actual source, but when they're right on it, they get too rich. So I mean, it's kind of like a balance of which one do you want to see, really. And then I got fuel trim system 2 lean bank 2, and then I have slow response for bank 2 sensor 1. So these are all O2 sensor codes. I mean, it's the headers are going to throw random codes for these things because the O2 sensors are not used to that much, you know, volume of exhaust going through it. So what do? I mean, if you guys know of any fixes besides, you know, a custom tune, I've heard that you can do that with turning off the O2 sensors and everything, but do you guys know of a better fix for just short term? Like, I've heard, I don't know if this is true, but some people say put steel wool in there, you know, stuff like that. But if you guys know anything, please comment below. Please let me know. Really, just, it doesn't really bother me too much. I just hate having to clear it, you know. It's just irritating, especially if I'm trying to take it to the dealership and they're like, oh, your check engine light. Like, yeah, I know, it's whatever. So but yeah, if you guys don't have a Diablo Sport, Trinity tuner. I highly recommend this as well. There's a bunch of features on it I'll show in a later date, but there's plenty of stuff you can do with one of these. Yeah, so if you guys know of anything to do for the check engine light, just hit me up and let me know. Also, I want to show you one more upgrade I've done since the last video, and tell me what you think. I have set up, finally, after like 2 years of having this thing, I don't know why I haven't done it sooner, but my air-fuel ratio and ambient air gauge. Well, it has multiple parameters, but I'll show you guys. Boom, set up right there. Yeah, I know air-fuel ratio looks really weird right now because this car isn't running. It's not running right now. So I got the really clean setup. The gauge pod looks really nice. You can see there are no wires hanging right there, and if you want to know how I did that, I'll show you. Yep, just pulled it out. It's just plastic rivets in there. What's going to happen is, as you can see, my cords are down in there. If you pull it out far enough, this actually piece is going to come out. So all my wires are just hidden right down in here, and then I put it right through the back of this and then routed it down under. So you get a really clean effect. You can't see any wires anywhere down there. So that's how I did that. So I'm loving the gauge right now. Sooner or later I'm going to get the boost part of it hooked up. I just haven't had time to do it, and maybe I got to get the real air-fuel ratio done. But I got a bung welded into the exhaust, just like the O2 sensors port, so you can get an actual reading. Haven't done that yet because I'm still running the stock Procharged tune. So sweet. If you guys like this video, please let me know below. Please, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I got a bunch more plans coming up for this thing, and we're just gonna go from there. I really appreciate the support. I really appreciate all the likes and everything, all you guys' feedback. So, you know, appreciate it. See you guys next time.